Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Victoria and this is Vania, and we are personal trainers at Freeform Fitness. This is the first video in our Programming for Beginners series. Today we're going to be talking about the basic movement patterns. So you're a beginner, you're fresh to working out, and you're trying to build your own program. Where do you start? The first place that you would start is by looking at the basic movement patterns.
As personal trainers, we want to make sure that our clients are able to move well within these basic movement patterns. There are 6 main movement patterns that you want to include in all of your exercise programs: the squat, the hinge, lunge, pressing, pulling, and carries.
You want to create a well-rounded program. So you want to make sure that you're targeting each muscle and moving in various different ways. Even if you have a specific goal, you want to make sure that you're including all of these different movements within your program, because our daily lives and various things that we do require us to move in these ways. So it's important that we train these properly so that we can safely do these things and get stronger and be able to move our bodies well.
If you make sure that you include all of these different movement patterns within your program, you'll also know that you'll be working all of your different muscle groups equally.
This is a great exercise for lower body. This is a very functional movement. We use it in our daily lives, sitting down, getting up, going to the bathroom. It's important that we're training these muscles, which the main ones are your glutes, your quads, and then a little bit of your hamstrings and calves as well. There's many different variations of a squat, and you would need to choose one depending on what's your goal. So if you're looking to build strength, a barbell back squat might be the best choice for you. Whereas you're looking for more of a stability exercise, maybe a split squat would be a better variation.
Now, the hinge is a tricky one for a lot of people because it's not naturally something that we do on a day-to-day basis, but it is supposed to be the proper way for you to pick something up from the floor. Both the squat and the deadlift works all of your lower body or your leg muscles. With the squat, we're targeting mostly the quads. With the deadlifts, you're going to be hitting more of the back of your legs. So your glutes and hamstrings will be working a little bit more in the deadlift or hinge patterns than with the squat.
I want to include both of these in your program because you don't only want to be working half of your body. So you don't only want to be working the front side with the squats or only doing the back side with deadlifts. It's important that you have both of these so that you're creating good balance between the front and back side of your legs. Next, we have the lunge. This is a single leg movement. This is an important exercise. Not only does it target your quads and your calves and your glutes as well, but it's also important for developing stability.
It's important that you're also including single leg or unilateral movements, because a lot of times we tend to be stronger on one side of our bodies than another. Sometimes when we're squatting or deadlifting with both legs, it's common for people to actually use their stronger side a little bit more than the weaker side. So by doing unilateral movements, we're making sure that the weaker side gets some strengthening work as well.
For upper body, we have pull. For pulling, we have horizontal and vertical. So a vertical pull would be something like a pull-up, where a horizontal pull would be something like a row. It's important to train both of these because it targets different back muscles. A pull-up or lat pull-down is going to focus more on your lats, whereas a row will focus more on your mid-back, so your rhomboids and your traps, and your lats as well.
And when it comes to pressing or pushing exercises, there's also horizontal and vertical pressing variations. So a horizontal press would be things like doing a push-up or a bench press, whereas vertical pressing would be things like any overhead pressing movements.
It's important to have both pulling and pushing in your program because, again, you want to be training the front and back of your body. We tend to do a lot of things with the front of our body, so it is very important that we include a lot of pulling exercises in our program to even that out. Due to us sitting a lot, we tend to be in a very internally rotated position. Our shoulders are normally coming forward, so it's important that we do pulling exercises to train our backs to open up a little bit more. But you don't also want to neglect any pushing exercises because it's also important that we have strength in the front of our bodies as well.
And finally, the last movement pattern are carries. So this is a very functional exercise that translate very well to our day-to-day lives, because every day we're all carrying something around. It's great for building your grip strength and core strength as well.
Now you might be wondering, how would I fit this into a program? There's various different ways that you can do it. Depending on what your goal is and how many days of the week you're working out, it's going to determine how you're going to split up your workouts. A very common split is push-pull legs if you're working out for 3 days. With that split, you would be doing an upper body push day. You would be doing overhead press, so your vertical presses, and then maybe some variation of a push-up or a bench press, which is your horizontal push. Then on your pull days, you would be doing variations of pull-ups or lat pull-downs for vertical pull, and then something like a bodyweight row or cable rows for your horizontal pull. For legs, you can have variations of your lunges, your squats, and your hinges.
If you're short on time and you can only train 2 days a week, it can be quite common to do 2 full body days. An easy way to split those 2 workouts up is to make one day a pressing day, another day a pulling day. Squats can be considered a lower body push, so you can do those with your upper body pushing exercises. And then deadlifts are a lower body pull, so you can put those in with your upper body pulling days.
You could also have a 4-day split where you would do upper body push, lower body push, so those squat movements or lunge movements, and then your upper body pulls and your lower body pulls. Again, so those deadlifts, hinge patterns during your lower body pulls.
So those were all the main movement patterns. The next video in our series will be talking about progressive overload and what that means. Thank you for watching. Please like if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already to help support our channel, and we'll see you in our next video.